Hi everyone, this is a collective tarot reading for the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st, and it is for lightworkers, so if you want more peace, love, health, and wealth in the world, you are who I am reading for. I'm going to do a horseshoe spread as always, and to be honest, this full moon is looking like a gnarly one. There's some sweetness mixed in, but speaking of which, I have three cards from three of my favorite oracle decks off to the side. You can choose which one, two, or three resonate with you the most. So I'm going to cut the deck. We're going to see what we got as far as the tarot reading proper. We'll see. All right, so in the past, we have the Four of Swords reversed. The present is the Ten of Coins reversed. Known factors is the Five of Wands. Okay, sure. We collectively are the Two of Coins reversed, of course. Unknown factors is Strength reversed. Very encouraging. Wow. Advice card is Queen of Wands. Of course, she's going to show up. And the future incoming position is the Ten of Swords with the Five of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. Don't panic. I'm here. I got your back. I'm going to stare at these cards for a bit and arrange them in the shot, and I'll see you right now. This probably won't surprise you, but there's a lot to unpack here. So I find it really interesting to have this 10 where it is and this 10 where it is. And I think that the best place to start is this Five of Wands in the known factors. The thing that made a lot of the rest of this message come into place was when I started reading these children in the Five of Wands as teams. And from there, I mean, obviously, the Two of Coins is where the spread actually radiates from. But in terms of me figuring it out, it radiated from here. And the gist of it is to, yeah, let's start with the summary and then unpack it. To get to prepare for a time where you might be low on shit and you might have trouble telling friend from foe, and to trust that despite it all, the universe isn't giving us anything that we're not strong enough to handle, and to do our best to put a brave face on it. And also, part of this Queen of Wands upright, of the cards to have upright, I'm really happy to see the Queen of Wands where she is upright, considering the other two upright cards in this reading, you know? So yeah. What else is there to say? Because yeah, I the Ten of Coins reversed in the present was the one of the cards that confused me the most. Actually, these two, probably, but it's finding the little pockets of abundance where you have it. Lack of abundance is an oversimplification of how I'm reading this. It is the tiny little things that make times like these, you know, pleasant and bearable. And bearable is a bit much, but, you know, easier to, it makes the medicine go down smoother, you know, and to really focus on it as much as you can. You know, there is what is yours to do, and there is what you have to do it with, you know. And how can I say this? Yeah, there we go. So what I was trying to say is that when you know what's yours to do, and you know, you have enough of a vision of, you know, the resources that you have at your disposal, or that you can get with, you know, the things that you know and can do or whatever, it becomes easier to rely on the strengths that you have to carry us through, you know. I'm fascinated by the double tens here. There's definitely an indicator of a shift, you know, the double finality of, you know, a passive happy suit, quote unquote, and a dynamic, you know, active suit. But obviously the conclusions of those tend to be dramatic, you know. You think of the Ten of Wands, the guy carrying all those sticks, you know. So yeah, and again, in times like this, when you can't tell friend from foe, you might have lost sight of your vision, actually. That's a really good way to read the Ten of Coins reversed, a way I often read it in general, you know. Oh, and before I forget to mention it, the Four of Swords in the past in reverse here. Since this is a collective reading, this can be a binary thing. It could either be, you know, having come out of your shell or having, you know, spent too much time in it. It's hard for me to sift this one out, which is part of the reason I haven't said that much about it up until this point, and probably won't say much more about it. But yeah, what else? Yeah, when you're not sure where you're going and what you have, and you can't tell friend from foe, or at least it's hard, it's difficult to know which one of your strengths to tap into, you know? But as long as you remember that the universe doesn't, you know, give you anything you can't handle, even though it might look like that way sometimes, yeah, I can relate to that more than I care to get into at this particular moment. But yeah, as how can I say this? As dramatic as this reading looks, especially with the Ten of Swords and the incoming energy here, something to keep in mind is that these are all minors except for the Strength card here, you know, in the unknown factors. So there's a reassurance there. And yeah, what else? What else have I? Yeah, the Five of Cups, to be honest, the thing that gives a more somber tone to this whole thing is precisely the Five of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck, underpinning everything. It means pretty much what you think it means, which is why I haven't said much about it, and probably won't say much more about it, you know, besides giving the reminder that I always give with this card that, you know, there are two cups still standing, you know, and it's facing the three spilled cups versus turning around and looking at the two still standing cups, which is fitting having it over the Two of Coins reverse, you know, not being, you know, having trouble juggling things and not being sure which pentacle to focus on, you know. And I think part of this message also is to pick your fights, you know, because this is just a deuce, you know. So there's that in as a reminder. And speaking of reminders, the circling back to this Ten of Swords here, I just want to explicitly point out the sunrise in the background if I haven't mentioned it yet. And is this guy making a blessing with his hand? No, that's just an open fist. Well, in the traditional card he is, I'll say that. But yeah, what else? Let me just pause just to make sure that I haven't left anything on the table. No, it's really, there's real shift vibes. If you've been paying attention to world events, it's looking like things escalating from that and the chaos that is obvious, you know. And just trust yourself, put on the brave face, in part for the, you know, when you wear more formal clothes than is than you need to, you know, within reason or whatever, there's something that feels good about it. So, you know, fake it till you make it is, it's an oversimplification, but there is something in there that can be a tool that can help you actually, you know, it's just like changing, straightening up your back when you're feeling low, to give you that just little +1 percent edge that you need to actually cheer up, you know. That's part of what the Queen of Wands in the advice position is saying. And again, remember the strength in the unknown factors. Yeah, it's in reverse, but this could be either a lot of loss of sight or an over-reliance of it. I'm not sure if this is a lack or an excess, but I'm not reading it that way either. It's more lack of sight with. That's kind of how I'm reading the fact that the strength is reversed here. So yeah. I think I pretty much left everything on the table. So if you hated this reading, please give this video a thumbs down. And let's move to the Oracle card portion. If you chose the Prism, it is space. This is a very interesting card. There's a beginner mind aspect to how this fits into all of this. There is a centering practice, like giving yourself the space to reflect and to, you know, see which one of your two cups are standing and what can you do with it? What unique advantage does it give you, you know, so that you can confidently shine through, yada, yada, yada. I really like this this card, how it fits in. If you chose this one, it is the Visionary. Wow, look at you, Oracle cards. Let me look at this. It's a light color on a light color. That's the trouble I'm having. But the light attribute is the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. The dark attribute is the shadow attribute, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Okay, so the selling out part I don't think applies to many, if any of you, but the compromising your vision to make it more acceptable, there might be, I'm not sure, especially with given that this is a collective reading, it's difficult for me to fit that one in to turn it into something like practical, but I think that the focusing on the light attribute, it's to really keep your vision in mind, you know, this might be an invitation to focus on the 10 of coins and keeping it upright, which can make it matter less who is friend from foe, because you're that much more able to you know, deal with either, you know. Yeah, that's a good mic drop. If you chose this one, your card is the Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love. You can't make this stuff up. I guess the message of this, it's weird to be covering the Queen of Wands, because she's really the one who's shining through here as far as the best match for this. You know, the things that make you feel like you know what you're doing, you know, that's how I'm really blending these. Like, when you're talking about that really niche topic that you know a lot about, I obviously, as you know, my chart is 2/3 air. That's why I worded it that way. But you know, that thing that makes you the flow state. And if you could find something that you haven't done in a while that makes you enter the flow state, or that has in the past that you haven't done in a while, this might be a good time to you know, pick up those old paintbrushes, you know, or whatever it is for you. That is so weirdly fitting that I feel like abruptly ending everything there. So I guess I will. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like. Y'all have a great full moon in Cap. Take care. I'll see you soon.